Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the latest non-listing live stream. No listing will commence. Will commence here. None whatsoever. No listing. Hope everyone's well. And welcome back to Peter Ray's Adventures. Part-time eBay reseller, all-round legend. If you're new here, welcome. If you are a regular, then welcome back. Appreciate that. Let me know in the comments below, or if you're watching after the video's last finished, or in side chat. If you're here and what you like about my YouTube channel, more videos to come. Talk about those a bit later. Also, some point I want to talk about winter backlog, as it's coming like end of July, beginning about August period, where you think, because some people can source all year round. Some people where they live can source certain times of the year. And I've also got 1.5 jive bars out of Aldi. They're better than Twixes. Oh, they're lovely. Perfect. Tea up, folks. Right. Wait a couple of minutes for people to pop in. On my eBay profile here. Brilliant. I'm also on Instagram and Facebook. So message me through those, which in the description below. Got a Ko-Fi page. Got buy me a coffee, that sort of thing. And an eBay store with lots of listings on. And I've got something else to talk about with that as well. Let me just write that down before I forget. With the listing. And don't worry if you're watching the other listing. Do not worry. But do say hello in the side chat. What am I going to put down? Oh, yeah. Right, there we go. Perfect. So, let's have a look what we've got there. I just wrote something down for later on. Okay, we've got how many watching? We've got 5 watching. Brilliant. Do say hello into this side chat. Perfect. Right, let's go for it. Evening, Scooby Shaggy, thanks for popping in. Appreciate that. I know the other live stream is for 24 hours and all that, 12 hours with bowl finds, but don't worry, there'll be no listing here. Just a usual chat. Evening, hope all is good. First off, winter backlog. Let me know in the comments below or the side chat. Do you have a backlog for winter? So, do you build up your backlog throughout the year from January all the way through till probably about October, November time? And then do you go through all the way to where the car boots usually start around March, April time? Sometimes people got car boots all year round, but the winter normally I find starts like mid to late September. Well, not officially, but mid to late September. I find the that it starts through getting colder here in the UK. And if you're from elsewhere in the world, let us know how you source through winter period. Do you get a backlog, or do you have contacts where you can source from? So it means you can list lots per day and per week, and you can get loads throughout the winter period, because each continent in the country has a different winter period. So in Australia, it's winter now, because as we say, our heads upside down. No, and in America, it's all different areas, different temperatures. But here in the UK, I find that the end of the the end of August bank holiday weekend, when that bank holiday weekend is finished, I find that let's get through there. Yeah, I find that there's a big slowdown for the car boots and some sourcing opportunities. But if you've built up a contact throughout the years, or you've got a massive backlog like some of us do have, then you'll be okay for the winter period. It's just having that extra few items coming through winter. A lot of us, a lot of people do have car boots throughout the winter period, but usually car boots end usually around September, beginning of October. Hi Richard, thanks for popping in. Appreciate that. That is normally they do end. Just have a look on my playlist just quickly. Let me know about your car boots and your sourcing for winter. Do you have a backlog for winter? Where am I going? Car boots. There we go. Just want to go through that. Let's have a look because last year, let's have a look when they ended mid-September. So it was. Oh no! It was 16th October because they, for the first time in years, opened up the winter car boot, which is crap, up at the local car park. It's crap. I never got to go. Someone couldn't be bothered. Sometimes I was busy or whatever it is. I just couldn't be bothered. There's no parking half the time anyway, so you can't do it. But the year before, so that's 2021. Just have a look through. Yeah, it's first comment of the year. When was that? 20th of March. So yeah, Sunday the 21st of November. Yeah, because it went on to November in 2021. That's right. Yeah, November in my local car boot. But it did end of October because I didn't go to the last one. It was too muddy. That's what I find. But I'm not sure about this year. Usually after the bank holiday weekend, car boots, they usually just like stuff dries up for the car boots. But you've got to build up other source opportunities, and work out would you have enough like to list certain amount per day through winter. Let us know in the side chat or the comments below about your sourcing in winter. Do you have a backlog for winter, or do you have contacts? And are your car boots all year round so you can get to car boots? Or if they're not, let us know when they roughly finish, because round my way they finish round about end of September, beginning of October, depends, because the Saturday ones finish like they start in May, finish in September, early September, so you don't get that much on Saturdays, and then like on a Sunday, usually about beginning to the middle of October, depending on the weather, realistically, but that's pretty much. And then obviously November, December, January, February, March, about 5 months, possibly 5-6 months, and then you've got to work that out, because you've also got to think about, like, if you're thinking about oh, I might need some stock for so and so, because you either got for bundles stuff you need, or you need stock because you're running low throughout the winter period, depending on what happens, like if you can get to source, or if you can't source anything, like think about like source online, at jumble sales, because there is some that I found throughout the winter period. Usually are on normally January to March, but this year has been quite a lot. There's some in October, some in September, some jumble sales in October, and you've got possibly one in November, and possibly no, December, and then obviously they run from January. So this year, there wasn't any in January, but there was some in like February, March, April, May, June, like. But I really didn't get to like a lot of the jumble sales, but I got to a few, which that does help here and there, and that brings me on to a jumble sale video. I did a tiny bit of footage at a local jumble sale last Saturday. I went and I saw two people Jamie and Stall 69 UK. It's jumble sale, and I did the haul as well. And that video will be out on Friday, I think, like 5:30. This Friday, 5:30. And it was nice to get back to a jumble sale, get a few good items. One item. If you don't think I shared that particularly throughout. So one item has just done like really well, paid for the whole thing pretty much. So I didn't spend much. I'm in Iron with one item, which you'll see in the video. Have a look in the chat. I said hi to Richard. Have backlog, but have car boots most of the year. January is the only time there really isn't any. Ah, okay. But with your backlog, Richard, supposing you could last for months and months without going to source. Sometimes, like, for some people, it may be FOMO. You see some people on Instagram like, oh, I've got FOMO. I've got to go to a car boot. Better, I understand that. Or you basically go because not much else to do. But yeah, January, fair enough. But I say here, usually September, some point between September and October, depends on the weather, all the way through to about beginning to the middle of March. This year was like way April, literally because of the weather. So we had months to wait. I think from October, November, December, January, February, March. Yes, nearly 6 months, which was a pain. But I had enough to list, and I sourced elsewhere, like online sourcing, whether it's Facebook Marketplace, free sites, sourcing from Vinted, Spock, Gumtree, all the usuals, jumble sales if you can find them, jumble trails, contacts, all sorts. And people I find in the selling community, do help out as well. Hi, Julie. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate that. And David M. Thanks for popping in. Here we go. Scooby Shaggy says that his car boots seem to have been rubbish lately, or people want a lot of money for things. 100%, yeah. I had a spate where my local car boots were rubbish, but then I managed last weekend on Sunday to get a fair amount of stuff. Just gonna have a look. Actually, no, go down to videos. Let's have a look. Is that the one I got the big hook? Oh yeah, 30th of April. I managed to get the skateboard stuff, fingerboards and all the stuff, which I haven't listed yet. Yeah, say no more. Yeah, it's 30th of April, I believe. Yeah, because I did that little short video on that, which did really well. So I'm pretty happy like with that. But then I had a hell of a lot of car boots. So one, two. Just have a look through. Three. Trying to think on the Sunday ones. 3, 4. That was a Saturday one because I haven't been to that many Saturdays, and I didn't film at one Saturday because it was so rubbish. 4, 5 car boots were absolutely rubbish since the 30th of April, and that particularly, I believe, that it could be to do with the fact that cost of living, people just can't afford to pay to go to car boot and sell and pay for the item, the pitch, or like as what Scuba Shaggy says there, people want a lot of money for things. And when you go to car boots, when you go to regular car boots and you go to your regular ones, you know what sellers are what. Because in the latest video, which was released on Monday, I think I put a little bit in there with there's one seller there and his mother, who literally you avoid like a plague. Basically, he's a big ass reseller in the sound. So And I didn't look up. I was like, how much should board games? I was like, I looked up and like, shit, I shouldn't have asked. Only like 8, 9, 10 quid, 20 quid. Nah, he knows prices all day long. So I was like, damn, I shouldn't have gone to speak to the guy. I didn't look up properly, but yeah, it's just that they're not always cracked up. But I always say it takes one stall at a car boot to make it worthwhile going, however far you've travelled to a car boot. And like down me local, because I wasn't feeling very well when I came back from a jumble about 2 hours later from a jumble on last Saturday. I wasn't feeling very well, so I wasn't going to travel too far for a car, but luckily I didn't, because I got a decent haul, stuff for myself, stuff to resell. And I was like, okay, fair enough. And I picked up the first item, you had the box Wii and the games and stuff, like in about 5 minutes, because they let us in early. For some reason, they let us in early before 7 o'clock. The guy was there, who's an ex, well, actually, he might be still a bouncer. He used to be a bouncer in my local hometown, and up at the local college when I was at college. And I can't remember what his name is, but he's been around. He's like at my local car boot. And what happens is, like, normally you have to wait till 7 o'clock to go in, because they let the sellers in first, and like to set up and that. But a lot of people do buy all the time, then they don't stop it, because people have a habit now of not paying to go into the car boot, parking up before they park up normally into the main field, jumping in with friends or people they've made contacts with, and going in, see if we can get early bargains. Didn't work this Saturday for a lot of people. I saw not the regulars who do it. It's all about 5 or 6, and like, I got that Wii bundle first off for £20, I think. Something like that, maximum I would pay, but it's basically all like in very, very decent condition. So I'm happy with that. 60 odds, and plus the games separately, because I don't sell the games with a Wii. I try and sell them separately, so they'll go as usually as a bundle or something like that. And pretty well, because I knew the first, like, I'll try and think, got to go to the car boot, I've got to get something in 5 minutes, otherwise if I don't, then I know I have a habit of just passing things by, as you've seen sometimes in the videos. But I was going boom, 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 pick up this and that. I was picking up stuff all the time. With the car boot on Sunday, yeah. The weed stuff, I got the DVDs, which a couple I've kept for myself. Band for myself, PS1 game for myself. The vinyls, one to resell to myself. Oh, these were nice. Couple of skateboard trucks I picked up, if you haven't seen. One is USA truck company. And the guy had for his son, he got like a chest of drawers. I think, like, not from a shop or anything, like just randomly, and you had these kind of stuck to for the handles, and he didn't want to chuck these. He got rid of chest of drawers because it was crap. So they're each worth £20. So they go together because they'll customize, take the wheel nuts off. People do change the wheels, because all they're really interested in is the solid, the truck itself. Get rid of the wheels or keep those, because the wheels are all right. Change the wheel nuts because they're quite rustic, some of them. And this one does move, I think, or one of them does. Might be that one, actually. It does move. Yeah, the wheel nuts. So they changed those, and I'm pretty happy with that. I was near enough right at the end. And then I picked up a couple of Sharpies and some Goosebumps books. But I'm happy with that, because I'm always looking out for skateboarding accessories. So those skateboard trucks, we're happy with that. So I'm kind of like happy with that, particularly. And it puts me in a good frame of mind when I get a good haul, like my first item at a car boot in 5 minutes or so. I can get a good haul. It puts me in a good frame of mind to go, right, okay, that's brilliant. Because if I don't, I come home and go, oh fucking hell, and then realise I've got a busy week because I wanted to get a decent haul this weekend from the jumble sale and the car boot because as I say, I'm here this whole week, but next week and the week after, I won't be here a lot. So there's not much reselling done those particular times. So busy. So I'm thinking I need to get a good haul to actually be able to pick and choose. Because that's what I like. Like, I don't like. It depends on how big your backlog you can actually have in your area you got for your storage. And like here is not great because this table, as you can see here, it's quite large. So we may be getting rid of that at some point, selling it. It's too big for the room, so it might have to all the stuff come off the table and put a smaller one in. I know, and I just like the fact like, oh, I can pull these games off, or I can pull, for example, that off, like the shelves, or just go and pull something off and just go, oh, okay, I'm going to list this, that, and the other. Instead of like scrabbling around for items and going, oh, what can I list? Like I did in the pandemic, I nearly ran out, which was kind of annoying. But for me personally, a winter backlog, I usually have enough stock to last, and I can always go, okay, there's going to be a couple of jumbles coming up from like when the Carboots season ends, I was in September or October round my way, and I go, okay, couple of jumbles, your charity shop here and there, and I go online to look at. So I look online all the time, like most weeks, or like go through and have a look, free sites and stuff, and go through on the Facebook Marketplace and that. And but I do need to get looking into Vinted and stuff because we hear about that quite a lot. Apparently, Vinted is quite good for buying from. Have a look in the side chats. There's a lot of people popped in. Hi, Chris, thanks for popping in. Appreciate that. Yeah, Richard Payne says, yeah, it could last a while without sorting if I could. Couldn't for some reason. It's always a good thing. But as I say, it depends on how big your storage area is. If you only not long started and you haven't got a big storage area, then you can't really rely on a big backlog. But it also depends if you're niching down to a certain item. If you do toys, like some people do clothing or whatever. I'm just an everything seller. Well, most things I should say. I don't do jewelry, furniture, and a few other little things. But I tend to do about 70% of items. Like, put it down there so I don't forget. Have a look down the list. Hi, Bill the Moon. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate that. There are some of those every car boot. Normally, the ones that take a full car van back home. That's very true. I do see, like, when I'm going round the car boot 2 or 3 times, thinking, you had the same amount last time. I counted. Like a guy who had a load of Funko Pops. I don't think he sold any. As far as about 8:30, 20 to 9 came along, when I was finishing up, when I'm ready to go home. I know what you mean, Richard. Yeah, higher prices. It's just like crazy what people want. But I always find if you're nice, well, sometimes like I feel like if you're nice, you can usually get a good bargain. But like one tip that I found, like actually I was watching Bonafide Hustler from America, one of my favorite American YouTubers, and he does reselling, and he does his other channel, Bod Down, with fitness, a fanatic and that. And with reselling channel, it was going because he goes around jumble trails, which is like garage sales in America, and he's from Texas. And basically, he had a good bit of advice. Whereabouts is he from? Austin, and he had a good bit of advice, like because he was saying that to his girlfriend, and I was like, oh, okay. I took that board. Basically, if you're looking at items or items a long time, then the person who's trying to sell it may think, okay, he's very interested, and may think, okay, I'm going to put the price up and that sort of thing. So you usually do a quick scan, and if you can see something in that scan, you go, okay, how much is this item, just quickly, because a lot of when you've resold, like been a reseller for years, you get to know a lot of items and what like the certain numbers are on the items. For example, like if you're thinking like some of these Casios, the digital SF4300, if you quickly look at that, you think, oh, that's worth £15. There, anyone's money. If you think about it, and you think like, okay, or you're looking at football memorabilia or board games, thinking, there's certain things that you'll buy and you think, I'm not sure, but I'll take a punt on it. But mostly, I'm thinking, and you can quickly get in there, and then once that person said a pound or two, whatever it may be, think, okay, that's fine. Usually what I do, I have it in a hand, and go, I'll have a look through, and go through the rest of the stuff, because like the seller has already been diverted to another potential buyer at Carboot. It really only works at Carboots, to be honest, but I've had that before when I had been in a habit of going rumbling through and they're looking and going, oh, we're very interested, and then I always get asked, we can do a bit or da da da, and it's like, how much for that? Oh well, it's I always think, oh well, and then they don't say anything for a few seconds. I'm like, shit, they're gonna put the price up. That's X amount. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna leave that now. But if you quickly get in to have a quick scan and go, okay, get in, and basically get in, scan it. Well, meaning by getting, jump in, because a lot of people scan, pick up one item if you know what's worth, and then go, how much is that? Okay, what I'll do, I'll have a look through, and then I'll go da 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 da, and then if there's anything else, you can just go, how much we do for the whole lot, instead of just looking and going for 5-10 minutes. I've done that so many times. Price goes up and up and up and up. Usually, down the list. So I've missed any of your chat. Oh, TMG. Thank you for our Live and Let Die chat. I finally found someone who agrees with me. It's the best Bond film. Oh, yes. No worries, TMG. Yeah, I've always found that Live and Let Die, James Bond film with first Bond film with Roger Moore. Really, I mean, it's you can't beat it, because if you've watched the on like DVD or Blu-ray and that or whatever, and you've watched the extras, and like sometimes like you can see when the film goes and director or someone's talking, and when a crocodile bit comes along, Roger Moore and stuntman nearly dies, literally. Like, it's very difficult. But no, it's a great film. It's got everything that you want: car chases, near deaths, sharks, crocodiles, like scary voodoo type things. Really good film. But I did put down there what my favorite Bond films are. If I can find that, let me know in the side chat or the comments below what your favorite James Bond films are of all time. If I can find that, because it was end of last year. Oh, there we go. So my favorite Bond film is Live and Let Die. Roger Moore's first film, 1973. Then Goldfinger, Sean Connery, 1964. Actually, it wasn't his first James Bond film. What am I talking about? Yeah, 1964. Because you had Doctor No before and all the rest of that, and yeah, Sean Connery, Goldfinger. Third, GoldenEye. What a film GoldenEye is! Not just because of a game it came out in N64, but how they really captured Pierce Brosnan's what I call what's the word? He's got a lot of humour, but especially when he doesn't say anything. When he's in the tank, he starts just before he starts tank, he adjusts his tyre, and then he starts tank off. It's really great. And then For Your Eyes Only, Roger Moore, another great film from 1981. And then Octopussy, Roger Moore, 1983. Brilliant films. You can't sort of beat it, to be honest. How good they are. Done the chat. Let's have a bit of my chocolate. Oh. Oh. So. Much better chocolate bar. Better than Twix. It's not a Twix. It's a Jive bar from Aldi. And they're basically what like Twixes are back in the 90s and early 2000s. Proper chocolate in them. But Twix is a bit naff these days. They're not great. A Jive bar. Brilliant. And a lot cheaper and all. Yeah, it's really good. What I'm picking up lately, it's just the fact that I've not been able to list as much as I hoped I could do, Chrissy. But I'm happily doing that because I worked out the other day. It's not like, well, I worked out in my head about winter period. I'm thinking, oh, okay, because it's not that particularly far. Because now it's summer holidays, you only got about 6 weeks, 7 weeks. As I said earlier, I always find before, like, when the August bank holiday comes up, right? I always find at the end of when the August bank holiday is the last Sunday. Sunday is 27th this year, and I always find that is usually 9 out of 10 the last good. I mean, really good Carboot. Yeah, usually the last good Carboot ever. Like for that particular year, you might like sort something else out or have a contact, but if you're doing rounds of the Carboots, I usually find that. But this year, may not go because of Brum's meet up anyway, so I've got to sort that out at some point. But yeah, I've been getting some really good hauls lately. Forget Eastbourne, that was crap. Didn't get out there. But I was happy with what I've got recently. What with this weekend, last weekend just gone, plus well, I've got a few bits here and there, but I wouldn't say anything substantial over the last few months. It's just bits and pieces here and there. But with the Carboot on Sunday and the Saturday jumble was really good, and some of the jumbles been okay, but I've really I've got some good stuff, and I do share a fair amount of stuff online what I've picked up, but some of it just falls through the net, and I just don't share it because it's either come from a contact that I need to keep quiet about, or I've sourced it from somewhere where I know people who are local to me will be able to get to, and they know about it, and I know they know about it, so I keep stum about certain things. The best ones I got was these at the same scout place in Banstead. When I first went, got all these really good. And if you know, you know that one, that bloody hell, but and another one. But if you know, you know. For example, these ones. I've had some inquiries and offers on these, but I can't go lower than a certain price because of this card. Oh, pardon me. These cards here. Ronaldo rookie. And another Ronaldo rookie. There, but shame it's stuck on. Otherwise, we sold them in a card sleeve, little card sleeve. I've got here these little ones. But I had to whack the price up really high. I initially had a lot of offers, but I need to revisit that and have a look to see, because I paid a very insignificant amount at a jumble sale, which I didn't advertise it very well. And I went, and there was just muggins in there, picking up my goodies, and I saw some good stuff there that I picked up. Right, down the list. Yeah, I need some more. Do you mean? Chrissy says, yeah, I need to get some more stock. I'm bored of clothes, but they are the easiest for me to source and store. You've got to try and find something that you can store, as Chrissy says, because a lot of us don't have the big warehouses or the units or the sheds. So you've got like a little room here, like here, to source to stock items up, and you do it the best we can with rails or units. Like there was a lady in Bullfind this stream earlier putting up a shelving unit similar to one I've got, which can hold some serious stuff on it. Literally, I've got probably about 100+ items on it, or more. But yeah, it's just difficult if you're listing the same thing time and time and time, and as the clothing does, bored. I've got 5 day vlogs to come over next probably about 4 or 5 weeks, because I don't know when I get a chance to edit the next couple of weeks, because I'm really busy over the next couple of weeks, non-reselling or eBay stuff, which is very annoying, but is what it is. But the fact is that I was doing some clothing stuff. You may have seen by Instagram or Threads. I need to put my Threads actually down in the description below, because it's linked to my Instagram, I think, something like that. Anyway, got the Threads there, and I put it on there, and I put it on Instagram and Facebook and all that, about an item that's got like a name embroidered in, a rugby top, like jacket thing, not top. And then anyway, I was listening to some clothing. I was like, oh my days, jackets and stuff took so long. I was like, ugh. And at the end of it, I thought, good, thank God for that. But I know I've got more and more like clothing, and I have picked up over the years to list, but it's just like drudgery. I know a lot of people live on clothing, and they sell it very well via Poshmark or eBay or Vinted or whatnot, or whatever they use, but it's difficult. I always find that I need like some different stock. For example, if you can see, to get pull, I won't pull that out actually. For example, gaming stuff. That ticket stubs, tickets, piles of VHS tapes, for example, and other things. I've got like varying things, stuff that just is around by me, pick up. But I'm thinking, right, what's I can list, quickly list, because a lot of time I don't have much time. But I can't do the same thing like for hours and hours and hours. I don't know. James is doing what he's doing, but no, not as of yet. I'm really do need to get, because people have been saying, oh, I can get this from Vinted or that from Vinted. I do need to have a look through. Got the app, I've not used it yet to source from. But coming up nearer the winter period, I will get it going. Probably some point in August. To set it all up, and then September, and have a look through, and shouldn't be too difficult. But I know a lot of the vintage stuff comes in crap packaging, and I've had bad experience over the years with apps like Spock, for example, which is an app in the UK, buy and selling app, and Facebook Marketplace, and that over the years. But I've had to crack in stuff, because when I lost my well, I should say lost it. Well, it broke down. I should say, not lost. My GoPro broke down in Eastbourne, and when I got it home, I tried to fix it, taking it apart and fixing it. I couldn't do it, and is no more. When I was down in Eastbourne, I was going like through a huff and going, oh shit, I need to get one for videos and stuff. That's what I use. And and I was like, okay, fair enough, and all that. And I was like, right, okay. I went, okay, right. Look on eBay, and for some reason I managed to pick up a decent haul of GoPro accessories and a GoPro itself for £199 or whatever it was. Very cheap. It was like near mint. The guy, I don't think ever used it. Maybe possibly once, and it had a 64 gigabyte memory card because and I was like, okay, so I'll do for now because I usually use 128 gigs, but it can be quite expensive. And well, that's why I have hard drives to back up my external hard drives to back up my reselling and my adventure vlogs. It's not the cheapest way of doing it, but I get on a good deal. That's why I can wipe a lot of the items on there when I finish with them. Once I put it onto my external hard drive and edited the videos and go, I can get rid of those, don't need that anymore, and then film some more. Because it's rather than just clogging up a little micro SD card and having to buy another one, no point. Just use one. Usually I recommend 128 gigs for a GoPro. But no, I will get sourced from Vinted at some point. Hi Donut, thanks for popping in. Appreciate that. Hi Jimmy, thanks for popping in. Much appreciated. Do check out Jimmy as I shout him out every week. Jimmy Riddle Show on a Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Lots of on Jimmy's show. I should say. Sorry, I was thinking about something else. Lots of comedy on Jimmy's show. He sings. And you got puppets. You've got guest the voice. All sorts, and like it's basically where community comes together because Jimmy is an all-round legendary entertainer. Please check out his videos, his short videos, his other videos that he does, and plus the lives on Tuesday at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. I always go to sellers that want to give the life history of an item. Oh yes, yeah. Like that guy on those trucks. Yeah, I was being very polite. It was the end of my time pretty much at the Carboot, and I was just having a little conversation with him and just a bit of backstory for the video. I got it at a decent price, and it's like, well, how much do you want for him? Well, like how much would you pay? I'm like, hang on a minute, how much would I pay? But he was trying to fish what I was going to do with him. And I think kind of like he knew about that. Oh, haven't released it yet. I think that's coming on Friday. That little short video at 10 o'clock in the morning, something like that. But it was weird because I think I put it on the video as well. Like I hate like people when they say, "What do you want to pay for the item?" I'm thinking, hang on a minute, why do I want to like say what I want to pay? Yeah, I mean, you're only 9 times out of 10. You're only gonna go, "Oh no, I can't do that. I've got to do this." What just say? I normally say, "Well, if you tell me the price, and ask whether I get it or not." Oh no, you tell me a price. I'm like, well, normally I go, "Well, did it?" I'm like, no, can't do that. Well, what's the point of me telling you then? That's what I say. But normally I try and be as polite as I can, and it really helps where they go, "Oh, okay, yes, I'll do that for that." Because some people are rotten bargainers, rotten. I see only on the videos, name no name, but literally they go what I call dragon bargainers. Like I literally fire breathe the person. Literally, they go down on. It's like when I call some buyers like Carboots vultures because they are in straight bang done out and you're like, hang a minute, where'd that go? You're just about to look at it and it's gone, paid for. It's like they're professional tomb robbers, literally. But no, people who like called dragons who literally you'll see their face change, like going right. Literally that. Literally, if you see a proper like on the cartoons, or whatever, fire breathing dragon, like oh god, it's. But I try and be polite as I can. Sometimes it doesn't work like that, but depends on what seller. If I say like, how much is this? I'll say, okay, no worries. Or I'll think about it. I'll come back later. Half time I don't. Anyway, um, right. They lose the sale if they put the price up too much other stuff to buy instead. Correct. Yep, that is correct. 100%. I don't see why they do it. I find even dealers, hardcore dealers who get to Carboots at 3:30 in the morning. I'm not even joking. Some nearby who like start about 4, half 3, half 4, and they get there crack of dawn, and they're one of those proper dealers. But if you're nice, they will do a good deal. Not cheap, but a decent deal. But yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, boat chases. Yeah, live and let die. That's right. Yeah, and they steal that bloke's boat. Yeah, the fastest boat down it, and the sheriff guy, he goes straight over him, and he accidentally shoots Bond's boat, and like all the petrol's coming out. That's right. That's right. Yeah, it's very good and choreographed. I've watched all the extras on the DVDs I've got, and how they've done that. It took from forever. And that. Um, yeah, that's Moonraker. Jaws bites through the cable car wire. Yeah, yeah, very good film, Moonraker. Watched that the other week. Usually on. Um, I like most of the old Bond films with Roger Moore and Sean Connery. Couldn't really pick a favorite. Yeah, it's decent. You can always tell how a film evolves each film they do, because the first film, oh dear, it's so plastic. It's like old spaghetti westerns where they're dying, or an old war film, black and white, are dying, but you can see him squirming, going, like 5 minutes later. But no, it's a great. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate that, Michelle. I dip my jive bar in my tea, like a jive bunny. I do like a jive bar. Um, only one. That I couldn't believe that. I could not believe I was only one at a jumble sale. It was hilarious. I still can't believe that. But I did see a handful of people come in after me, but I was in there for like literally 15, 20 minutes on my own, just having all the good bargains. I don't like they didn't advertise very well, but at the weekend on Saturday, they advertised quite well. It was in the church and it was in the scout place, so you had to go literally run to one to the other, and do whatever. I got some good stuff, and as I say, one item I picked up twice and put it down. I picked it up, and then I brought it, and it's a cracking buy. Hi Pete, thanks for popping in. Appreciate that, mate. Always appreciated. I saw you on Both Finds earlier. Hi Richard, thanks for popping in. Hope's all's going well. And I think you're on your adventures soon with your friends. I saw your picture with your those really big goggles that you wear on the adventures when you go up like mountains and stuff. Um, uh, a serious spy amongst friends. Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, I've heard that one. Yeah, spy amongst friends. That's right. But I don't watch too much telly, like proper telly. I was watching World of Fire. That's like oh, I'm live on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. World War II drama. They brought it back for this year because they were filming through COVID. A World of Fire. That's right, Blake Harrison and some of the others. Shame, or Sean Bean won in it because he was filming other stuff. He couldn't do it, but that's a great. It's set in this series set in October 40, and then Danny Dyer's done a few things after EastEnders. So watching one of those, I'm set in Australia at the moment. I got to watch them all. Mum's been watching it. It looks pretty good, so I need to get that watched. But I very rarely watch current TV. I'm always watching old repeats of Dad's Army or Last Summer Wine or Aim for Horses, etc., etc., etc. Right, let's have a look. Okay. Oh yes. So, as I say, over the next couple of weeks, so next week and the week after, I'm very busy every day doing something that's non-reselling, which is very annoying. So I'm hoping to get some videos out over the edited at the weekend, because apparently the weekend here is going to be raining on the Sunday. So hopefully on Sunday I get at least one video out for next week. I'm scheduled. I'm up to Friday. I'm scheduling. But after that couple of weeks, which ends on Friday the 4th, week beginning the 7th of August up to the 12th, which is a Saturday, what I'm going to do is sort out what I've got for a car boot sale, because hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, or the weather. Next one that me and Mum can do is on the Sunday the 13th of August at down the local car boot, sell at local car boot. So I'll do a week of videos again, and got lots of. I've got basically probably about 30, 35, maybe more items that will need to go, lower priced items that will need to go to Le Car Boot. Otherwise, I go to the charity shop to see how they go, because I know roughly what people buy down my local car boot. And also, what I will do as well is SKU codes. As long as the weather's okay, fingers crossed, touch wood, because we've got this bad weather coming over. Even though a lot of Europe, like Madrid and Fungarola, Spain and Mallorca and Rome and places like Greece and that are sweltering at 45, 50 degrees, we got a lot of rain coming over, as we do in this country. So hopefully on the 13th, I can get that of August, get the car boot done, so I can actually get rid of some stuff that's just sat in my store and stuff that I'm really not gonna sell, that I brought, that I'm not thinking, oh, I'll just put it there just in case. You know what I mean? I'm hoping to do a week of videos from the 7th to the 12th. Well, just more than a week, like I've done a couple of weeks ago, which will be out because I filmed from. Let's have a look. I've got the here Monday the 10th of July to the 14th of July. A week full of videos, because I knew I was going to be busy. So I've got a backlog of videos to edit. So I'm hoping to do that, and also SKU stuff and that before it gets to more cold and wintry and raining again and all that period. Because I got quite a lot of my SKU codes on, but I've had like a whole lot I've just not SKU coded very well. And some of them not even SKU coded at all. And your time, I sell something thinking, why isn't it in that box? I look around and go, oh, I'll put it in that box instead. Why is it in that box? SKU coded on that one, not that one. I did that the other week. I saw VHS tape, but I put it in the wrong box. Well, I SKU coded that particular one. I saw Stall 69 UK at the Jumble sale, and apparently did rather well. And yes, I did well as well on that Jumble sale. And video will be released on Friday at 5:30 roundabout. So check it out when it comes out. I try and do videos every week. I don't particularly have a schedule for like videos weekly. It just so happens that if I go to a car boot, I try and edit that on a Monday when I can, because usually kind of busy on that car boot particular like if I do go to one, or it's something that may be reselling or an outside adventure vlog, like with a live on Wednesday, and then on a Friday I try and edit something, because I don't fancy doing like daily videos as such, or I do every other like 2-3 days, something like that. But sometimes it's different. I don't really, as I say, I've never had a schedule for getting out videos. I just add them as and when I can. Yes, I didn't film that much in the jumble sale because it's very busy. It gets very busy, and I get a bit narky about filming in a jumble sale when people like there and the organisers going, "Oh, why are you filming for this and the other?" And I'm like, oh, just trying to do a bit sick of filming. I did a little bit, but it's mainly the haul, before and after in the haul, and but you'll see, you may recognise where these items were. But as I say, I was chatting to another guy called Jamie, and we saw a board game. I can't remember what was it. I can't remember now. Board game it was. Oh, was it a jungle board game? I think jungle. No, it was a board game that was worth some decent money. That I was literally, we were seconds behind this guy who brought this board game. It's in a green box. I can't remember now. Bits today. Oh no, I haven't got it. But I was talking to him, like literally, like in his bloke sound, like literally, I can't remember what it was. I know it was like dinosaur board game. I've forgotten what it was. I'm sure. DIANSOU. It was worth good money, but I don't think I can find. Oh, dinosaurs. This one. Present, share screen, entire screen, system audio. There we go. Don't forget to do the audio. Hello. It was this one still, and the chat that was there. Dinosaurs, Lost Valley, and I saw it. I was just about to go and get it when it's bloke up with Zam. That's why I don't like to film at jumble sales too much, because it's always compact. That's just a random price that I've got off Google, because I just packed it off Google randomly like here. But it's worth some good money for this particular board game. And it was just sitting there. I saw it at the corner of my eye and thinking, I've seen that before and I've sold that before. I thought, I'm going to get in there and get it. Just as I did, I got nudged out, and the bloke brought it. I'm like, great. That's all I needed. But it was one of those things. I was there at the local jumble sale. Oh, no, whoops. Ignore that. Coming up. Yeah, it's a bit randomized. Vintage Lost Valley of the Dinosaurs board game. It's 1985 apparently. I wasn't sure the year, but I kind of saw it. I was like, shit, I'm gotta get it. I need to get it. But yeah, so recap quickly on what I'll be talking about. If you haven't been in for long, talking about a bit of a backlog, winter backlog, because I find that for myself personally, end of August, bank holiday, which is like 26th, 27th this year, literally they the car boots like are good then after that they get poor, and round my way and Carboots I can get to, they finish around end September, beginning of October, and don't go any further than that. We very rarely have winter ones. Don't know if they're going to do the indoor one at the local car park again, but apparently that was crap. Some people filmed there before, and I didn't get around to that. And have you got a backlog for winter? Do you have contacts for when the car boots finish? If they do finish, some people say they don't finish all year. And like contacts, do you go on Facebook Marketplace, free sites, Vinted, Spot, Gumtree, what not to buy, or do you just live with what you've got and until the next round of car boots or however you source? Let me know in side chat or comments below. Right, let's have a look down the list. Hi Pete WW, thanks for popping in. Don't worry, my tea's not cold, it's lukewarm. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. When you can't find the item, you're like, shit. But I've probably got about 70% of my store is SKU coded. And I know roughly what I need to SKU to enter in and go, right, I've got to get that done. But in a few weeks' time, as I said, so that'll be August the 7th to the SKU coding from 7th to the 11th. I do day vlogs. I'll be doing that and also looking up some stuff that I've got in my store, checking it out, going, okay, that's going to car boot. Because then you need a few days at least. So there'll be videos I record from the 7th on the Monday to the 12th, which is the Saturday, which will be out like a few weeks later. But it's good. I will, like, if we do definitely go to the car boot on the 13th, if it ain't raining, which was touch wood, then I'll be filming there, try and do some sort of filming, not as good as George Ross, but I filmed something from the car boot. But yeah, and then I've got some videos to edit, non-adventure ones, and in Reigate, and I also got here jump sale coming out on Friday at 5:30. I've got a week vlog that I recorded Monday 10th to the 14th, Friday 14th of July to edit. Also, let's have a look in the chats. I have that game to list. Found it last year at boot sale. Yeah, I think I've seen a handful of them on a boot sale, but 9 out of 10, when you see it, someone's already brought it, but they've asked the seller to hold it in their car or right by the thing. Is that for sale? Nope. Someone brought it. I'm like, okay. Or I've missed out on it, but I haven't had it for about at least a year or more of that particular board game. But it was there at the jumble sale. I'm thinking, shit, I should have at least got in there. Well, I tried, but some people you can't beat. As you know from going round sourcing, you can't beat certain sellers. They're there. They wind you up, something chronic. They're there, and you're like, you again. I'm thinking, oh. Anyone brought at an online auction was a bit shocked to see 24% added on at the end. Should have read the terms. No, I've never done online. I've been to auctions before over the years, but not since pandemic. But yes, always read terms and conditions for auctions. It depending on which auction you go to, some are higher. They charge a lot more. Some do less. Some do higher. Monkey Thrifter goes to auctions and they charge quite a bit. For ones that he goes to where he lives in the north. I see. I don't think they're much. What, buy from eBay? Did you or other places? Yeah, it's really annoying because I know I've got board games to list that I need spares, but that's why I keep I've got a box upstairs in my bedroom actually full of spare stuff, and I got one box in the conservatory with cables and stuff, and I got a box underneath which is here that I keep spare stuff in. Just had this box. The box upstairs is full of like board game spares and things for cards and CD cases, and you know what I mean. And the one in the conservatory is for like the Xbox 360 cables and stuff, and spare ones for that. And then here's this box. As you can see, it's mainly Wii stuff. I've got spare stuff for Wii, which I keep forgetting that I've actually got. So, for example, these things are always handy to have. Those HDMI cables and all that. Most of it I get from the Carboot, or like when you go around the Carboot, you get like a lot of people boxes full of cables, and some are really decent. Some I've brought online on Amazon and stuff, but mostly through Carboots and stuff. They pick up like these, for example, always handy to have. For example, manuals and whatnot for Wii's and stuff. Like when you pick up a box Wii for decent, I only do box Wii's and that. And these absolute sods with the cables. That one's pretty much brand new. You can see the sticky's not been used. And that's pretty much like keep a lot there. Handy that if I need it, and I add to it occasionally. But it does get in the way when you're trying to talks about. But as I say, the table here. Let's have a look. Show you around there. The table here is quite big, and it came from our old back room, which is now like a front room-esque thing. Because obviously Dad had the front room because he can't get upstairs very well. And anyway, got this big table. Mum brought it years ago, and it was wrong for our back room. It's too big. And what we're thinking of selling it through like getting like probably a marketplace or something, or do locally for a good price, and getting there a smaller table so you can actually get through, because there's not much room to get down. And it's a nice table. It holds a lot. It folds in too. But we'll have to see, because we need to sell one to get the other. You know what I mean? Put a bit of money towards the other. But it does well because it's basically, as you saw, a dumping ground for stuff. But if I have a smaller one, I can't dump as much on it. That's the point, isn't it? Let's put this box back because I fall over it. Because with my videos, you might see randomized chaos in everything. You're thinking, hang on a minute, how does he know what's what? But I'm like that with other people's videos, thinking, how do you get on with that lot in there? But we all got our system, how it works, and it's really, I mean, proper system here. Something right, because I try and do a conveyor belt style system where from one end of the room, bring it up, and it doesn't really work like that, like a generation game. I try, but each week it's just pull out stuff and put it in the box down below. Yeah, definitely it's common for that. Woo. I seriously have at least 3 years worth of stock. I buy way more than I sell. Not the best business plan. Well, go and ask Tommy English Picker. He's got 3 years worth at least himself. I've probably got I would say 8 a day. Probably about, I could probably stretch it to about 6 months. 6-7 months. What I've got. But it's gone cold now, too. That's if I list 8 every day, which I don't get a chance to, but I try and do as many as I can, always updating the eBay store. No, that's fair enough. You've got to give it a go to see what you can get out of that. That's what Pete does, Monkey Thrifter, and he does okay occasionally. See, yeah. That's fair enough. Yeah, because you've also got to add the VAT on top of that. Yeah, it's quite a lot. But if you're getting it for a good price and you've worked your VAT out and what they charge, and you know, but then it's good. Thanks for popping in, Chrissy. Appreciate that. So let's have a think. What else? Anything? I don't think anything else we've got to talk about. Talk about winter backlog. Let me know in the comments below how you deal with your winter backlog. Do you source throughout the year to just put stuff buy? Because a lot of people just put stuff buy for the winter period because you know what sells. I find most things sell throughout the year anyway. Winter stuff and all of that. What else? Got as I say, a video on Friday coming. Well, I've actually got two. One short video in the morning, and at 5:30 my jumble sale video and haul, mainly a haul really. Tiny bit of footage just to show you a part of a jumble sale. It's very difficult to film in jumble sales. Then hoping I get a chance next week or the week after to edit some videos like from the week vlog I did the other week. But I'm busy with non-reselling things the next couple of weeks coming. And then hopefully after that, I'll be able to do another week's worth of videos, record those from Monday to Friday. And then I might even do Saturday to show about SKU coding and to get stuff sorted out for a car boot. Because I need to SKU code stuff, to find stuff, some of it to get rid of it from the car boot. Because some of it's like old stock, really old stock. Some of it's like 3 or 4 years old. Need it gone, really do. But that's that. And then I might show you. Yeah, I'll show you on Saturday, the 12th. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if the weather's okay. The process of getting it in the car, and because Mum will come down to help out as well. Because you need 2 people to help out, realistically, at the car boot. But yeah, let's have a look. Is he in Spain? He was in Spain. Good. Hopefully, he gets a lot listed. I don't know. Let's have a look on Instagram. There was a lot. Monkey Thrifter. Oh, he doesn't put it on it. Oh, he mainly puts it on his Facebook page. Don't know. Well, if he's in Spain now, he'll burn because it's like 35, 40 degrees out there or more. The Monkey Thrifter. Let's have a look. I've got his Facebook page there. Don't know. He has been to Spain this year, but not recently, I don't think. Hi, Tom. Thanks for popping in, mate. Appreciate that, Tom. Let's go down the list there. Have a look at that in a bit. Hope all is well, mate. Hope you've got some stuff listed today. I find the larger the better shirts because with like band t-shirts you want large plus because the average human being is a large in t-shirts because if you think about it, some people who may be a medium do like large or extra large t-shirts. It survives that from hip hop, where you get like rappers and stuff, and they or UK grime artists or whatever, or garage and that they're wearing tops that are like really big, baggy tops. But basically, DC that should sell well. If you like, you've got Gildan ones, but they do well. I can sell some of those for decent money. But I very rarely see band t-shirts these days. But yeah. Anything else that I've got coming up over the next few? Not particularly. I've just got to sort of Brums meet up if I can get there, if I can afford that. A few videos coming up to this Friday, and then next week hopefully get some stuff out if I can. Maybe not. And then obviously a couple of weeks, 3 weeks time, do a week's lot of videos, and then hopefully get a jumble sale, and then we'll see after that. Hopefully, at some point in August, I can get to do some more outside adventure vlogs. Because I only got 2 left, but I've got to say a couple of weeks busyness. Up to the 4th of August, yeah. And after that, I'm hopefully get a on the 5th, if it's nice, I can get out and do some adventures. The next place I want to go for ups. It's mainly summer holidays now, so I find after the that middle of September when schools go back, like beginning to middle of September, that's it. You sort of like don't go out because light, darker nights and all that sort of stuff, and it's really difficult. So, right. So thank you everyone for popping in. Appreciate that. I know there's other lives going on and the rest of that sort of stuff. So let me know what you think about the winter backlog. Do you have a winter backlog, or how do you source throughout the winter? Do you just source from your backlog, or do you have contacts, etc., etc., etc.? Like, share, and subscribe, and keep subscribed for some more content on this channel. It will be on Friday, and then after that, I'm not sure, but do keep subscribed. Watch the older videos as well, and take care. And I'll speak soon. Take care, everyone. See you later.